Record again. All right. Can you all see my screen? Can you all see my screen? Yes or no? All right. So, um, yesterday we did string to date. We did coalesce, right? So, I imported the data in yesterday. First thing first, let me turn off this autosave mode, right? And let me select the database that I want to use. All right. So yesterday we did this, right? So the very first thing is I dropped all these columns, right? Yesterday. Now I selected all. Now here I tried to convert to date, and we saw that we have some null values in our data, which means we missed some values, and I was using this to actually explain how string today work, right? And we remember I dropped this in the group. Like I said, you don't have to cram all the code. Someone actually sent me a message today that the date format is not in a situation whereby we have a date that looks more like this. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it in class today. So if we have something like maybe 17th of let's say October 2024. So this will be your class work. What will be the format for this date? I need it now. What will be the format for these dates? What will be the format for something like this? If we have this type of date, what will be the format? Let's be fast. Let's be fast. The link is still in the group. What will be the format? What will be the format? Oh, let's be fast. What will be the format of this date? Should I call someone? Use forward slash. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's forward slash or backward slash. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's change it to forward slash. It doesn't really matter. But what is going to be the format of this date? All right. I don't want to waste time again. Let's go. The very first thing we have here is the day, right? In serial number, right? The day in serial number. So what we'll do is let's come back here. Let's look for the day in serial number, the serial number of the day. Now, if you look at this right here, day of the month as numeric value, followed by a suffix. If you're in a situation whereby we have first, second, third, right? But that's not what we want. Day of the month where we have numeric value. So I always advise try to use the first one, percentage D, right? So use percentage D. You can see from 01 to 31st, right? So I'm going to, the very first thing here is going to be percentage D, then we use what? Forward slash. That is the delimiter. So whatever the delimiter is, that's what you are going to pass in, right? Whatever the delimiter is, that's what you are going to pass in. So forward slash, right? Forward slash, the month in serial number 2. Let's go back here and pick the month in serial number. So this is month name in numeric month name is 0 to 12. Can you see it's numeric month name is 0 to 12. Joy, well done. Keep writing on my screen. All right, the numeric serial number is 0 to 12, which is the one that we want to use, right? So forward slash what? Percentage of C, right? Forward slash, the year is percentage capital letter Y. No problem, it's fine, I'm just kidding. Right? So if you look at this now, if you look at this is how the format is going to look. So now let's use this in real world now. Let's just play around with it. So if I say select, let's say string to date, The date that we want to deal with is this date, right? Is this date, Control C. I'll just put it in a quote, right? Then now, remember, we're now passing the format, which is this one. This is the format. So in a quote, this is the format. Let's say as what? Let's say it should display it as, let's say, event date, right? Event date. Now let's see how it's going to display it. Let me close the code and run. Can you see it now? Can you see it? 2024-09. So it has been converted to what? Date. That has been converted to date. So the only thing you just have to do is to make sure that you get the correct format. It doesn't even matter, maybe it's / they use, right? Even if it is underscore, they use underscore here. They use underscore. So they use underscore for this too. Whatever they use to them to as a delimiter for the dates, that is what you are also going to pass in here. But actually, I've not seen any dates that they use underscore, right? So, but let's run it. You can see it's still going to give me the same thing. So whatever they use as delimiter, that's what you are going to use. So if they use dots also, they use dots also for the dates, right? That is what you are going to use. Dots, right? Dots, but it's kind of very rare to see this type of date like this. Well, it's kind of very rare, but SQL will handle it in as much as to pass in the correct delimiter. Do you understand this now? Let's talk now. This is what I don't like. Oh. I don't like my class to be very, very boring like this. It seems I'm the only one in class. I don't like it. All right, don't let us fight, I beg. All right, that's good. Okay, now yesterday now, we tried to convert this to date, right? We tried to convert this to date and it gave us error. But if you notice, the very first one that we did was just passing in one format, right? And because our date was not in a single format, right? That is when we use police to do that. Please give me a minute. All right. So when we notice that our date format is not consistent, right? It's not consistent. So what we did was we now use Coalesce. What Coalesce will do for us is going to give us a situation whereby we can compare multiple things. That is, if this does not work, right? That is, if this gives us an error, then try this one. Remember that I said yesterday, you can pass in as many formats as possible, right? So yet it was still giving us those excess space, right? So what I did here was, okay, since it was still giving us excess space, we're like, okay, let's try to remove, since it was still giving us null value rather, okay, let's try to remove excess space, right? So if there is any excess space in our date, let's try to remove that. That's what we did here. Trim, remove excess space. So we use trim to remove what? All the excess space, right? That we have in date. So after that, we now replace all the spaces with what? Hyphen. Because our date format was like this, right? Sunday, hyphen September, then space 22, 2013. That was the format that we had yesterday. So since we have that format, we're like, okay, let's remove the space that we have here and replace it with hyphen. So our date is in a unified format, right? So we did that here, replacing all the spaces with hyphen, right? So we use the replace function here, right? So then after that, we try to see if there is a null value there. That is, we want to be sure that our data does not have any null value. So we try to count the number. If there is a null value, it's going to show us not found. So we just try to count it, right? Then another thing that we did was, now remember that trim, we only remove space. So let's try something. So in a situation whereby I want to write using trim rather, let me put this right here. So let's use trim function, using the trim function, right? So in a situation whereby I want to remove space, right? So if I have something like this, I want to, so here, let's say another thing is, let's remove all the excess space in this. So here, let's say I put in some spaces at the beginning, then I have my name, Akim, then I have another SS space here, Abiodun here, right? I have something like this. So here, let's put space at the end here. So what trim will do, sometimes let's try to do something like this. What trim will do is going to remove the space at the beginning and also at the end. But the one in the middle here, the one in the middle is not going to remove it. Is not going to remove it. That's what it's going to do for us. That's what trim will do. So if I should try to do something like select trim, right? What did I want to trim? I want to trim this name that I have here. I want to trim it, right? So let's say as name. We should just select it and write that as name for me. Then run. Now, if you notice it, it's going to remove the space at the beginning and the space at the end. Do you get it? But the space is in the middle is not going to remove it. That was when that was why we used something where we did this one, right? So that is if there is still any excess space, right? Maybe in between the dates, it should remove it and fill it with what? Nothing, right? Then another mistake that we saw yesterday for the person that did the data entry. So the person wrote Thursday instead of Thursday. Do you understand? So it was supposed to be Thursday, right? But the person wrote another thing. So we try to also replace that. So after that, we can now convert our dates, right? So this select collies here is just to show us first, it's not taking any effect on our data, but it's just showing us how it's going to look when we later update it, when we finally update it. And that is what we did right here. So after that, we extract the month name, right? We created multiple columns. We extract month name, day name, year, right? We did that yesterday. Do we understand what we did yesterday now? Do you all understand everything that we did yesterday? Do we all understand? All right. We have some ghost students here that they will just be in class, they will not talk. All right, let's move forward. So we've done string to date, we've done collies. Now let's do coordinates. Yes, now let's do coordinates. What exactly is coordinates? Coordinates is to give us current dates. Now we have, if I want to get today's date, right? So if you notice some I don't know, maybe some application or something, they will give you that date, right? They will give you the date. So let's say I want to get today's date. So there are actually two ways. There are two ways that we can get that. Multiple way rather safe. So if I do select today. Oh, sorry. Today is not a function. Sorry. Call dates, right? I can do call dates, this particular one. Call dates as what? Let's say you should select it as today's date. Today's date. I'm supposed to put it today date or something. Let's just write it like this, because if I use, let me use backtick for it as today's date. Let's use backtick, right, as today's, because I want to use quotation up there, single quotes, today's date, right? So now let's run. And here you can see here that it's going to give us today's date, right? So we have core dates that will give us today's date. Now we can also use current date. Core dates basically stand for current date, right? But I don't know why SQL did it like that. You can still use the same current date. This current date that is here, current date, right? As today's date, it's still going to give you the same results. Now let's do it. Current date. Now let's run. You can see it's still going to give us the same thing. So you can either use this core date or use current date. Any of the two work. They are still giving you the same results, right? So if I want to get today's date and time, which formula do we use in Excel? So which formula do we use in Excel? Today's date and time. Which formula are we going to use in Excel? Now, right? It's still the same thing. So if I do select now as, let's say I'm using backtick, dates and time. Date and time, right? So that's going to give me today's date and time. You can see here, it's going to give me like this, right? It's going to give me like this. Now, another thing is, if you are to use, if you want to, the same thing with this, you can still do select current time stamp. You can do current time, that will give you time. I think time also have its own function. Time also have its own function. That's going to give you the time. This is going to give you time. So if I do time, right, you just want to get time alone. This is going to give you the time. Where is it? You have an error. Select time. Where is it not? Oh, sorry, it's a data type. It's a data type. Okay, this one is a data type. Let's do current time. You can do current time. This is going to give us the same thing. Run. It's going to give us the current time, right? It's going to give us the current time. Another one is, if I do select current timestamp, as, let's do time, a run. It's going to give us the date and the time, just like now, right? I don't know why they do something like that, but this is going to give us the same thing. That's using current time stamp. Let's say dates and time, current time stamp, then run. Are we on the same page? Is it part of what we want to cover? All right, we've done call date. Another thing is you also have EO months. If I do select EO, is the end of month? End underscore of underscore month. No, let's say month. Let me put month. It should bring out, it's supposed to bring it out now. Oh, sorry. I did not close this my code up here. So select end endpoints, EO month. Okay, let's put month. Okay, this is just going to give us month. Let's put date here. Date format, the date add, date sub, date div. Not give me what I want. This does not give me what I want, but now we have what we call date add, right? Date add, add date, they are the same thing, right? Date add, add date. So if I do date add or add date, add dates. So if they give you something like, okay, they ask you to do something like, you should calculate from today's, give it extra maybe 30 days or something, right? You can either use date add or add date. Are we on the same page? Yes or no? Hello, am I speaking to myself? Hello, 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 hello. Are we still live? All right. I think my network is misbehaving or something. So here we can do select. We can either use add dates, right? So under add dates, we can pass in okay today or sorry, call date rather. Call date. I don't know why today is coming to my head. Call date, right? Call date. Now we have what we call interval, right? You can pass in interval. So you can pass in current date, then I'll say interval at what interval? Interval of, I'm going to remove this, interval of, let's say 5 days, 5 days, interval of 5 days, comma here, interval of 5 days as that is adding 5 days to today. So let's say let's call it 5 days, right? Let's say 5 days. Then we run. Now, today is 20. So in another 5 days, it's going to be what? 25, right? It's going to be 25. That's what? 5 days from today. Do you understand? That is from today till another 5 days. It's going to be what? So now, what we use this to do in web development is we use it to track some payments. So, for instance, if you are building a website and they tell you that okay, the moment this person log in, they have only 7 days trial. Do you understand? They have only 7 days trial. So after the 7 days, then cancel their stuff. If they did not make payment, cancel this. Do you understand? So you can use add extra 7 days and use it as the what? End date. Do you understand? Add what? Extra 7 days and use it as end date. Do you get this? Do we get that? So now, are we on the same page like this? All right, let's move forward. The same thing with add date. Date add or add date is still the same thing. Select, I did add date now. Let's do date add. Is it date underscore add? Where is it? Come on, give me something. Date add, right? So I want to use current date, core date, right? Let's do the same thing, interval of 5 days, comma, interval of 5 days as what? Let's call it the same thing, 5 days. Let's say 5 days, right? Then we close it. This is also going to give us the same results. That is date add or add date. They are the same thing. Do we get that? The next one that we want to do is date diff. Date diff. No, not date diff. Sub date. Date diff is different. Sub date, right? We have just one sub date. That is subtraction. Let's say I want to say subtraction. Sub dates, right? This is used to remove days, right? So if I want to do, let's say I want to remove 10 days from today's date, select sub date, right? I want to use core date as today's date and interval of how many days? Interval of how many days? I want to use interval of, let's say, 7 days. 7 days as 7 days, right? 7 days, then run. So this is going to remove 7 days from today's date. That is sub date. Sub date is just used to remove some days. So if you have a date now, you want to, okay, you want to like do the date in backward, right? So that is when we use sub date, that is subtract date. So we've done current timestamp. Now let's move to date diff. Am I going too fast? Am I going too fast? Now, you know, you can use this with a column. Oh. Do you understand? You can use it with a column. Oh. Do you get it? So, for instance, if I want to remove 7 dates from our Pakistan data, right? I want to remove 7 days from our Pakistan data. So I can say, okay, select, or I want to remove or add or whatever you want to do. Select subdates, right? So now instead of me to use the current date, remember that we have dates in our Pakistan data. So dates, then interval is going to be, let's say, 15 days. 15 days from our Pakistan data. Pakistan. Then run. You can see this will remove 7 days from our dates. Do you understand? So all this one that I'm doing, instead of me to remove what is it called? Instead of me to remove instead of you to use core dates, I'm just going to use the name of the column. Do you understand? I'm just going to use the name of the column, then passing the interval. Do you understand? Now, the next one is date diff. Date diff, right? That is date difference. That is the difference between two dates. Do you get it? Difference between 2 dates. So we have the end date and we have start date. So if they gave birth to someone in let's say 1992, right? How many days has the person spent on this earth? Who wants to try? Within Okay, let's say I want to give you 1,000 naira recharge card, right? So if you get it, but wait, I'm going to change the date. So if they gave birth to someone in 1993 or 1972 till date, how many days has the person spent on this earth? They gave birth to someone in 1972 till date, how many days? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 53 days. Okay, I said 1972. You said 53 days. I said how many days? Not years. Eddie, I'm sorry, you missed this. All right, let's do that. What day diff will give us is the number of days between two dates, right? So let's say they gave birth on the same day, 20th of September 1972, right? Is it 1972? I said 1972, right? Is that correct? Okay, so 1990, I said 1972, I changed it. So now, so let's select date diff, date diff, date diff. Then here we have end date and the start date. End date and the start date. So the end date is going to be today's date, right? Core date. I'm going to use core dates. Core dates, open and close brackets, comma, right? End date, that is the day they gave birth to that person, is 1972 hyphen 09 hyphen 20 as days. Then let's run this. And if this is correct, run. This should give us the person has spent 19,358 days. 19,358 days. Now, that is date diff. We use it to get the number of days between two dates. Now, here comes a problem. When you now say how many years, how many months, and the likes, that is where the problem comes, right? Instead of us to be doing the calculation ourselves, that is when we use another thing called timestamp diff. Timestamp diff. We have what we call timestamp diff. So timestamp diff, you can actually select if you want the year, if you want the days, if you want the month. You understand? You can actually put what you want there. So let me use timestamp diff. So here, so if I do select timestamp diff, now you have timestamp add, which is used to add some dates. So like, okay, we'll still do timestamp add, but timestamp diff. So if they give birth to someone in 1972, we already know the number of days. Now, what if they ask us how many months? How many months? Right? How many months? How many months? So let's try that. So I need, you pass what you need. I need what? Month. I need you to return month for me. Then the current date is this and the end date. So you pass the start date, the end date, and the start date. You pass it in. So this is the end date, which is today, and they gave birth to that person on the same date, 20th of September 1972. Now note, this dates can change. You understand? It's your choice. You can put any date, and you can even put a column name. Do you understand? You can put a column name. It's your choice. Or okay, let me do it as number of month. Let's say month. Then we run. And this one gave us, oh, sorry. I'm using I forgot I'm using timestamp diff. not date diff. So timestamp diff, you have the end date, you have the start date and the end date. Do you understand? You have the start date and the end date. So under date diff, you have end date comes first, start date follows it. But under timestamp diff, the start date comes first, that is the day they gave birth to the person, and the end date. Do you understand? So now let's run this. So this is 636 months. That is timestamp diff. So let's use it for, what if I want to get the number of years? I want to get the number of years. So it's still the same thing. All you just have to do, the same function, all you just have to do is change this month. Let me close my code here. Change this month to year, right? And I'll just change the title here also to year. And here, this gives me the year. So the person is 53 years old, right? Okay, what if I want to get the number of seconds or the number of hours? How many hours does this person spend on Earth? How many hours? So let's do that. We want to get the number of hours that this person spent on Earth. How many hours? Just change this one from year to hour. How many hours? How many hours? Then run. This one will give us that the person spent 464,592 hours. All right, let's take it down to minutes. Let's take it down to minutes. So change this from hour to minutes. Then change this one to minutes, right? Then run. Okay, which means this person spent 27,875,520 minutes. So can you guess the seconds? Can you guess the seconds? Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? Nobody's answering. God. Run. Okay, I think this is this 16 billion? Sorry, 1,672,531. Oh, sorry. 1,672,531,200. Before another person will say Mr. Akim does not know book. I've told you before, I did not go to school. I stopped at primary 6 or basic 6. All right, that is timestamp diff. You can see, is SQL not making sense? What do you guys think? So we have 3 things more to cover today, and we'll be done. We've done replace, we've done trim. So we have concat, and there's also another one called concat WS. Let me put it down here. I forgot that. Concat WS. Concat underscore WS. All right. Are we still getting it? Are we still getting it? I will not talk again if anybody didn't answer. It's only Laura. Everybody. Oh yeah, if you are actually present in this class, type in present. I need 31 present. Type in present. I don't know. One person. All right. Let's know the number of people that are present even in this class. Because some people will just join class, drop phone, go and be cooking. Some people will join the class, drop phone, go and be watching movie. Some people will join class, drop phone, go and be doing another thing. Your hands are up. To where? You raise up your hand. Emeka's iPhone. What's up? Okay.
Okay,
Go
what I
ahead.
want, okay, just give me a few seconds. Okay, what I want to ask,
Yep.
yes, I appreciate what you are taking us on now, but my concern is that my SQL
Mm,
doesn't it have a case study, like a problem that is associated to a data set, like as you have given us Pakistan.
mm-hmm.
Pakistan should have a case study. So from that case study, we now start solving it. And at the
Okay.
end, I know that it will touch almost every angle of what you're about teaching us, what you're teaching us. Because in a real life world,
Mm,
you are to deal with case studies.
mm-hmm.
So is there no one that comes with a case study?
All right. You people are this case study. Hmm? One thing is dealing with real life data sets is not a problem. Oh. So the way I feel we should handle things is let's break them down one by one so that you will know what this is used for, what this is used for. Okay, just like yesterday when I started with this one, a lot of people were lost, right? Using data sets. So I don't use data sets whenever I get to this date function. Why? Because by the time we start using it with data set now, we'll still come up with other things that will be using other function, and a lot of people will not understand. So that is why I prefer to do it individually so that you will know what this is used for and what this is used for, when to use it and when not to use it. So it now depends on the on whatever question that you want to answer. That is what you will, because the very first thing is to know the keywords and the function that they are useful. So once you know it, then using it to solve real life problem is not a problem. It's not much of a problem. All these real life things that people are saying, I've worked with countless data, a lot of data sets, right? If you don't know the function to use, then it becomes you won't be able to solve it. Do you get it? So the very first thing is knowing the function to use. Now you know that okay, if they ask you to extract the age of someone, you can easily, okay, for instance, let's say I want to extract, let's select all from Pakistan before I move to another thing. Select all from Pakistan, right? And here we have some data sets here, some things here till 2017. So now let's say they ask us to extract the age of this. Let's say, okay, these are the day that they gave birth to some people, and they ask us to extract the age, right? They ask us to extract the age of this person, of this data set. We should extract the age and group them, right? It's very simple. I want to extract the age. I can say, okay, select, you will use update too, but let me use select timestamp div, right? What did I need? I need the age. Age is in year. So year, why is the start date? This is the start date. Remember, date div starts with end date, right? End date. Timestamp div starts with start date. So the start date is the date in that place, right? And the end date, what is their age till date? Call date. That is current date. Open and close brackets. Let's say as age from Pakistan. Then run. You can see it here. And this is going to extract this for us. All you just have to do is put this in a column. But if you don't know what this timestamp div is used for, let's say you only know date div, All you just have to do is to start using date diff and be doing division and stuff. You understand? That is why I'm taking my time to explain each of this. But I'm still going to give you projects. You are still going to use all these things that you've learned to work on a project. But I prefer to be taking it one by one like this. How many of you agree with me? Or do you want us to actually use Emeka's iPhone? Why are you dropping your hand? Unmute.
One thing is that we not that we are not appreciative of what you're telling us, what you're teaching us. Rather, what I am saying is that even the project you're going to give us is going to appear as a problem statement. It's going to appear as a problem. So not that when we see it, we start thinking, how is this thing? How does it look like? It shouldn't come so strange to us. It should be part of what we are used to. This is how the question appears. And when the question appears like this is what is expected of you to
All right.
do. That's why.
Mm,
That's only not that what you're doing is perfect.
all right.
But how do we see it? It's only because it shouldn't sound strange to us. We are
Okay.
we are data analysts. We are data analysts.
All
It
right.
shouldn't take us unawares.
No problem. I
Yeah.
understand. All right. Thank you for that. Yeah, you all should prepare for me next week. Edit. You all should prepare for me next week. We are going to
Hello.
solve one. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Hakim. Well
Yeah.
done. Please, I quite appreciate the fact that you're breaking down all these functions one by one. And you have clearly stated that it's better for us to understand what each of the functions stands for, what it will return. So that when a question is given to you, a statement of problems or objective or whatever that is expected of you to extract from whatever project, you will be able to apply according to what you understand. Because even if you are given you are using a particular case study now, we will only understand it based on that particular case study. If another case study is given to you, we will be confused. We will not know which of the function to use. So it's better for us to understand all the function the way you are handling it. So please, for me, I prefer this approach you are adopting than a case study for now. Thank
All
you.
right. No problem. No problem. Thank you for all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No problem. Like I said earlier, you all don't vex me now. Huh? So prepare for me next week. And nobody should tell me that I'm lost too. Hmm? Please. Nobody, nobody should tell me that I'm lost. Prepare for me next week. You are here, right? No problem. All right. We're going to end with that. Hmm? Is it a test? It's not a test, so we are going to work on it together. Do you get? We will work on it together. So if you see me just write code, don't tell me that you are lost. Hmm? But let's leave that. It's just on a lighter note, but let's continue. I appreciate everything, but just note we've tried different approach while training. Like myself, I tried different approach, but I feel people tend to understand this more, right, than taking using a dataset question and stuff like that. But we will also try that again. At least you can't know everything. You understand? So we'll try other things too. All right. I wanted to talk about what did I want to talk about earlier? Oh gosh, I forgot. All right, let's go to substring. Let's do concats. Concats. We have concats before we go to substring. So we have concat substring index. Guys, we've practiced almost all. It's just this four that remain. So we are going to do concat WS, substring index and stuff. So now let me tell you, it's not about all this one. You've learned quite a lot of things here in class, but there are still a whole lot more that you are here to learn. You understand? So you can also develop on your own. If you write any code and you see anything, that is how I learn. So the moment I see any function, I want to jump on it. I want to see what is used for and stuff. That's why it's so easy for me to break it down for you bit by bit. Some people, they will just write a lot of code and they'll be telling you, okay, this code, oh, this is what we use it to do. This code, oh, this is what we use it to do. By the time it gets to your turn, you just, most of the time, that's why I see a lot of people now, what they are dealing with is copy and paste, right? Yes. Before I forget, last, I want to talk about what we call locate. Yes, it's part of our slide. It's part of our slide. Oh, I want you to practice length yourself. I won't do that for you. We've done replace. Practice length yourself. Practice trim, round. All this one, practice it yourself. Upper, lower, left, right, mid. I will just show you. I'll just explain this locate for you, right? But every other one, they are too simple. There are things that we've done on Excel, so I don't have to keep repeating it, right? So practice that yourself. How many of you promised me that you practice it? They will talk here, oh, but you will see next week. I will ask the same question. All right. What I will do for you next week is, maybe you don't want to practice. I will make you practice by fire, by thunder. Except you will run away from class. Don't let me even do that locate. It's part of your assignment. I've done almost everything. Now, I want you to go and learn. I will not teach you these three things. I will not teach you concat. Concat WS. Go and practice. Learn it. I will not teach you. Go and learn it. Concat underscore WS. Go and learn it. Substring, yes. You will tell me what they use substring for. All of you, we are going to end the class next week, Saturday, right? So I don't have to rush. I have plenty of time. So you are going to explain substring, WS. I wanted to explain it, but I was like, oh, if I should explain this now, I ask you to practice, you not practice it. Substring index. So that will be your assignment. You will tell me the difference between concat and concat WS. They are used for the same, they are used to join things together, right? But there is a difference between these two, concat and concat WS. You will tell me the difference. Substring, then substring index. You tell me the difference. Locate is not add. This one is like the simplest. It's even simple. All of these things are very, very simple. By the time you write it, you know that there's something you've used in Excel. This locates. Don't let me even talk. Don't let me talk. What do you want? Will you go and learn it, or you want me to teach you? Will you take it as an assignment, or you should do it in class now? You can speak now. You can speak. Let's do it, sir. Okay. Someone is raising hand. Edit, it's him. You can unmute.
Please, do it now in the class, so for the sake of the children.
Okay, oh, let's see. Who else in class? Let's do it. See people. God, you don't want to do it yourself. All right, let's do concat. So that you not say some. Yeah, you don't say your teacher did not know it, so that's why they gave you as an assignment. Me, I know it. So let me teach you. Because I know now some people now go and say, Mr. Akim does not know it. That's why he's giving us as an assignment. So let me disappoint you a bit. So concat, right? Concat is used to join two things together, right? Same thing with Excel. And we use it the same way here. So for instance, I have my name here. Select, let me just use select. You have two columns that you want to join together. Use concat. So let me select all from Pakistan. Let's see Pakistan. Let's say I want to join this city and province together, right? I want to join city and province together. So I can use concat. Now, let's see that. Select what? I want to select concat. 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 Concat what? What did I want to join together? City, comma. Then I also want to join province. Province. I want to join these two together. From Pakistan. Now you remember concat in Excel is like the same thing. Now you will see. Let's run. Now do you see it? It join it together for us, but there is no delimiter because here we did not specify our delimiter, right? We did not specify our delimiter. So how do we now specify our delimiter? The same way we specify it in Excel, just select the first column, right? Then you pass in your delimiter. In a quote, I want to use underscore as my delimiter, then comma here. Do you understand? So if I'm to run this now, I have a delimiter there. So I can say, okay, as what? Let's just call it concat. As concat. Run. Do you get it? It's the same thing. That's why I said you should go and practice it yourself. All these things, they are the same. They are something that we've done in Excel before. So it's more or less like the same thing. That's why I always tell my students, most tech school, what they do is they start with SQL, which is not so good for people to learn. It's not a good way. I thought comma is a delimiter. Yes, you can. No, comma is not a delimiter. Oh, this comma means, if you are writing something in Excel, to go to the next one that you want to join, that's that. If you want to pass in a delimiter, in Excel also, you have to put it in a quote. Do you get it? So the same thing with this too. So whatever you want to use as your delimiter, that's what you're going to put in a quote. Did you get it? All right. So now, concat WS, the difference between concat WS is, if you are trying to join multiple things together here, let's say I want to join it together with, let's see another thing. I want to join it together with, I'm looking for something of one word that we can actually use. Okay, I don't want, okay, let's just say I want to join it together with target type, right? I want to join it together with target type. I will now put another comma here in a quote. My delimiter is underscore, then comma. I can now say, okay, backtick. I want to join it together with target type, right? So then run. Now you can now see here. But what concat WS will do is like text join in Excel, whereby you pass in your delimiter first. So if I do select concat WS, the very first thing that will come in here is your delimiter. My delimiter is underscore. Then I can now say, okay, I want to pass in city. You can now pass in as many columns as you want. Something is wrong somewhere. Passing this, right? Comma, province, right? Province, then target type, pass it in here. As what? As, let's call it concat underscore WS, right? From Pakistan. Am I correct? Yeah, from Pakistan. Close the code, run. Now you can now see concat WS takes the delimiter first before you pass in all your columns. Do you get it? Concat WS take the delimiter first before you pass in your every other thing. Do we understand this now? Do we understand this? Do we understand? All right, we have substring index. Let's do the simple one first. Locate. Locate is like find in Excel. It's like find. So if I want to locate something, if I want to look for something, right? I want to actually look for something. So for instance, I want to get the index of something. Index of something. Emeka's iPhone. Unmute.
Okay.
I even wanted to call you before.
Yes.
But it's better.
At what point? At what point
Okay.
are we to use concat WS? Because I understood you place the limiter first before calling the variables you want to use.
Okay.
So at what point are you to use it?
At what point are you to use concat WS? Whenever you want to use concat, you can use concat WS. You can choose any of the two. So we use it to join two or more columns together.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Before you go, I have a question for you because you are in our data science class. If I say index, explain index for us? For those of us that are in SQL class that don't know the meaning of index.
Index starts from 0 to maybe to the limit you talk. When you have, let's say you start from let's call, we have different either numbers or string.
Okay.
But the first one is 0. Second one is 1. That's how you do your indexing.
Index.
Yes.
I remember I gave you one word that day. Index basically stands for position.
Okay.
Position or something.
Okay.
But you try.
Oh.
You are using Python index for us because you are our senior. I will not talk. It's good because you are already showing us that you are our senior. We don't know anything. It's a position, right? Don't take us far to another place that we now get lost. If you are in Python now, we can deal with multiple things, right? But here we are in SQL. Let's take it bit by bit. Can as concat comes after from? No. It has to come before the from. Do you get it? So basically what we are saying is if I don't use this as concat, remember I think I've explained this as for you before. If I don't use this as here and I run this, you can see it's going to show me all the code that generates this. But instead of showing me this formula, right, that's when we use the as, which means, okay, represent all this with concat WS. So it makes it shorter. So you are now saying, okay, from this particular data set. All right. So if I talk about locate give us the index. That is the position of a certain thing. Do you get it? Position of a certain item. So for instance, if I have my name here, so they said get the index of the first E in Akim Abiodun, right? So let's do that. That's when we use locate. So we can do select locate. Locate what? What do I want to locate? I want to locate E. I want to get the position of E in where? Akim Abiodun, which is my name, right? Let's say as index. Then close run. Right, you can see Akim. Now, let me correct something. Mr. Emeka's iPhone, you said index start from 0. That is in Python. In SQL, it start from 1. So this is 1, 2. The first E is at the position of 3, right? Is at the position of 3. Do you get it now? Is at the position of 3. That is the function of locate. We use locate to get the index of something. Unmute.
Okay, and relatively, this is you are slicing it. That is what locate means.
What is
Here,
it?
this one is located. I said here in by Python, or here in SQL, it is locate, but in Python, you are slicing it.
Yeah, we use slicing. We use slice.
Okay.
We do
Okay.
slice and dice. All right.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you for that. This man self don't become guru himself. No problem. You've taken a lot. Yeah, that iPhone that is still in front of your name, you see, I'm the one that will collect that iPhone. What of the second E? That's when you now pass in the position yourself. So you now say, okay, after 3, right? Then run. So it's going to give me the one at index of 3. So if I say at index of 4, it's going to give me 4. It's just oppressing us. Yes. Do you understand? So you pass in the position yourself, right? You pass in the position yourself. But that's that. That is that. All right. Let's move into the next one, substring. Then substring index. Now, what do we use substring to do? Substring is also used to extract something. I said extract information, right? Extract information. If you have to use substring. So we use substring. You be student. Okay. So we use substring to extract information at a certain place. So for instance, let's say I want to extract the first A or I want to extract this Odun, right? So instead of Abiodun, I just want to extract Odun. Odun. That's what I want to extract. That's when I'm going to use substring rather. So let me just bring it down here. That's where I'm going to use substring. So let's do substring. So substring, they said extract. Now, another thing is if I want to extract email. Okay, let's even finish this one before I go there. Extract ODUN from right. Okay, so let's say I don't know the position, right? Oh, let's say I know the position. Don't let me join two things at once. We will join it together with locate later. But let me let me do it once. Now, so if I do select substring, now I want to extract from Akim, right? Akim Abiodun. And at the start position is actually we can do from is it from oh, I'm coming. I want to try something. And I've forgotten this thing. But let me just do it manually, right? Let me do it manually. From 7. Oh shit. I use it though. But let's go ahead. I want to show you a shortcut, but I've forgotten the shortcut. I've used that shortcut before, but I've forgotten the shortcut. So now I want to extract Odun. A lot of people will now be saying, hey, I said it. He does not know it. That is why I know it. It's just I wanted to show you shortcut, but I did not remember the shortcut again. But let's continue. So I want to extract Odun, right? Odun. So what we'll do is we need to slice, like I said, right? So we need to count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space is 6, 7, 8, 9. So I want you to start at index 10, right? So from 10, right? From 10. That's what I want. Let's say as just let's just say as you should just call it any name. Let's say message, right? As message. Then if I'm to run this, now you can see it gave me Odun, right? It gave me Odun. Hey, I think I have to end. Is it to end? I've forgotten the shortcut to, but it's not, it doesn't really matter. You can do it like this, right? At index 10 till the end, right? Now, in a situation whereby you actually don't know the position of something, so like an email, let's say I have email. Let me use my email, right? Message, no, this is just a text, so it's just a text. You can put anything there. Let's say as name. You understand? You remember the same way I put as index, as whatever as concat ws, as concat, whatever. This is just a text. You understand? It's not part of the formula. Oh, let me just change it so that as what can I call it again? Sef? As let's call it join. I don't want to call it join. Oh, as well, let's call it text. Location. This is concat ws as also location. Right? So I don't want you to mix it together. Emeka's iPhone, what's up?
You are looking for a situation, you don't know the position of what you're looking for. And can't a colon do it as you use it in the other side?
Don't worry.
Colon.
I want to join it together with locate.
Okay.
Instead of counting it yourself, right?
Okay.
So, yeah, we can use locate. So now let's use locate before I use the email. Okay, now I want to locate O, right? So if I said select, so I still want to extract, it should start from O, right? Select substring, substring Akim Abiodun, right? Akim Abiodun. Okay, there's the second quote here. Now, I actually don't know the position of O, but what I want it to do is to extract from wherever it says O, right? It should extract it there. So I can now say, okay, locate from Akim Abiodun. From this Akim Abiodun, locate letter O there. You know, the whatever you want to locate must come first, right? Locate letter O, right, from Akim Abiodun. So close it as, let's call it name. This will also do the same thing for us. So now we don't really have to put end. It's not a must. Yes, you can actually put where it ends. You can say, okay, it should end at 12 or something. You can put that. But here we don't want to put the end. But now here we don't know what is it called? Well, we don't know the position of O, right? We don't know the position of O. So we don't know the index. That's the English that I want to use. We don't know the index of O. So instead of us to be counting it ourselves, we can just use locate. Locate will return the index and give it to substring. Then substring returns the name for us, right? Substring returns the name for us, right? Okay. Now, the next one is splits. I will use it together with substring index. Substring index, right? Substring index. So, here we have it. I have him. He said substring index. Where is that in? Okay, substring index. Substring index now. They said extract. So I want to extract the name in this email or Yahoo Mail or whatever. Extract the name. let's say Akeem Abiodun at gmail.com. Akeemabiodun@gmail.com. Actually, we can use it as a delimiter, right? We have substring index. Select substring index. Now, there's nothing like substring index 2. It's just substring index. Do you understand? Substring index. So what do you want to extract? I want to extract from this email. I want to extract from this email. What do I want to use as a delimiter? Now you can pass in here and say, okay, your delimiter is at, right? And you need all the name before the at. Let's say as name, right? As name. So run here. It's going to give me Akeem Abiodun, right? It's going to give me Akeem Abiodun. So now, another thing that you can use is the same way I use locate here. I can also do, now you notice that I put 1 here, right? I put 1 here. 1 means from the beginning, give me all the information from the beginning till you get to this delimiter. That is how substring index work. So if you need after the delimiter, then you put -1. -1 here will give me gmail.com. That is from the end till you get to the delimiter. Do you get it now? From the end till you get to delimiter. If you use 1 here, that is at the beginning till you get to the delimiter. Right? Another thing is you can also practice using this locate, but this locate will not work because it's going to give you the index. And substring index does not give you index. Does not use index, rather. Any questions? So basically we use substring to extract information, right? We use substring index to split. Do you get it on? So substring is used for extraction. Substring index is used for splitting. So you pass in the if it is a column, so you pass in the column, then the next thing is you pass in your delimiter. Now, if you put 1 here, 1 means it's going to give you all the information before the delimiter. Then if you put -1, it means it's going to give you all the information after the delimiter. Do we get that? Now, I have to practice length so that you not say I did not know it. Length, you can use length. Length will give us what? It's the same thing we use in the exam, length. So it's going to count Akeem Abiodun. So let me put substring index here back. Substring underscore index, right? So now this will count the length for me. So if you have to count Akeem Abiodun, right, it's going to be 12 without space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do we understand? The last thing that I'm going to do for you, do we understand this now? Do we all understand this? All right. The last thing I'm going to do for you that I'm going to give you as an assignment is, let's select all from Pakistan. We are back to this Pakistan. Okay. This Pakistan, their data is not clean because we have some error value. We have some missing value, right? We have some missing value. So I want you to fill all this missing value, but I'm going to do one for you because of something. I need to really explain something for you. Now, there's something called unprinted item, right? unprinted item. Now, if you look at this space, in SQL, if it's empty space, it's going to automatically fill it with null, right? But whenever you see a data and you see spaces that is not filled with null, that means there is an unprinted item there, right? So there is an unprinted item. So if I want to fill all this one now, if it's not holiday type, if it's not weekend, and they do not put any holiday there, that means it's weekdays, right? So we want to fill all this missing value with big days, right? We want to fill all those missing value with weekdays. So what we're going to do is going to be, I wanted to put equals to, sorry, updates, or before I use, okay, let's do updates, right? Updates Pakistan, right? Updates Pakistan. Set holiday type to be equals to what? Big days, right? Now I need to put my condition, because if I have to run it like this, it's going to give me an error. So say where holiday type. So if you do something like this, where holiday type is null, right? If you to run it like this will run, but it's going to, sorry, where am I? Can't drop Islamic dates. Where is the Islamic date? Oh, sorry, I press Shift Enter. Sorry, Control Enter. All right, now if you look at it, you see that here is telling that is 0 row affected, right? That is, it does not see anywhere that is null. So if I should come here and I say select all, let's say select holiday type. Let's even use holiday type itself. Select holiday type. Select holiday type from Pakistan, where holiday type is null. That is, where holiday type is null. This is going to give me nothing. Control Enter. Do you see? But if you have to select our data, you can see that they are missing value here, right? You can see that they are missing value. So in this case, you won't be able to fill it if you are trying to use the null function. Do you understand? Now look at something. If I should do something like this, select holiday type, where holiday type is equals to just quotes, right? Just ordinary quotes. So run. Now you see, it's going to give us all the places where holiday type is empty. Do you get? So which means, in as much as SQL does not itself fill it with null, right? It does not fill it with null itself. That means it does not see that place as empty. There is an unprintable item there. But because SQL does not fill all these places with null, that means there is an unprintable item there. Do you get it? So if there are unprintable item there, that means you can't see that, right? You can't see it. And SQL does not also see it. You'll just be looking at it that, oh, this place is empty. But you don't know that, okay, SQL is supposed to fill it with null, but SQL is not doing that. So now, how do we now do that? How do we now deal with that? So updates where holiday type is equals to what? Is equals to this. Then run. Now you see 396 row affected. So if I'm to select all from Pakistan now, look at it. That's fill it with weekdays for me. Now, assignment, the very first thing is make sure your data is clean. Fill all the empty spaces empty spaces with values. So I'm not going to tell you what to do, but as an analyst, you should know what to do when you get to numbers. The column that contains numbers, you should know what to do there. Now, after that, you get the total number of blasts that occurs in each year. That is, how many blasts occur in 1995, in 2000, 2002, 2000, and this. Get that, right? Number 3, get the total number of blasts that total number of blasts that occur in each total number of blasts in each city, right? What is the average injured mean? Average injured mean. So after you've cleaned your data, right, export it out. So make sure that your data is clean and export it into a CSV format. And export into a CSV format. And export the data into a CSV format, right? What is the total number of, what is the average number of killed marks per month? Average number of killed marks per month. Same thing with average number of injured marks per year. How many people, how many blasts occur in the year 2003, 2002. How many blasts occur in the year 2002? All right. How many questions is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We should add one more, right? Let's add more. Let's add more. How many people were killed in an hotel? How many people were killed in an hotel by blast? Let's see what's in the hotel, Baba God. How many people were killed in an hotel by the blast? Who is raising hand again? Drop your hand first. If you are aiming at cell phone, drop your hand first. I'm coming back. Drop your hand. I dey come. I'm coming. All right. Someone said 5 more. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Even if you say 10 more, I'll find it for you. Okay. How many blasts? How many blasts occur in military bases? In military base. That is how many blasts occur in military base, right? What else? Okay. Number what? Get the total number of killed men by, let's see, group. Does not have group. By get the total number of killed men on weekends. Is this enough or we should add more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's add one more to make it 10. Last one. Last one. What is the total number of blasts that occurs to Christians and Muslims? I'm coming. Muslims in the year 1990, in the year 2000, and you know that all of you are using and in the year 2007. 10 questions. Very simple. All right. You guys are raising hand. Oh, I did not know. Let's start from Mimika's iPhone. Please unmute.
Are you not looking at the emoji and people are
I did not know. What are they saying?
people are already crying?
They are crying. Don't
Are
worry.
you not seeing it? Are
Don't
you not
worry.
seeing it?
They are very,
Christian,
very
don't
simple. It's
worry.
just 10.
Future just 10. It's too much now.
No, within 1 hour, you should be done with all this.
Okay, then our monitress favor should supervise it.
No problem. God will help you.
Okay.
Please, all the assignments are to be submitted on Thursday. Miss Laura, please unmute. Miss Laura,
Yes.
good evening.
I really had one question.
All right, those are
Good
questions.
evening to you too. I had one question. The time that I remember we had this case when we were starting SQL, when someone was about to import data, then you find there are two icons in the schema, like the way you have Jumia. You remember there's that time you can import data and that time you can't. How do you, like that? How do you import data in that case?
Wait. Give me a minute.
All right.
Trying to, I can hardly hear you.
All right, go ahead. What do you say again? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. What was your question?
Yeah, I was asking, there's a time when you're trying to import data in that, okay, like when you go to sales, the sales to your left hand, yeah, that,
Mm-hmm.
yes, when you're trying to import data, you never see that icon.
Oh, no, if you're importing data, just right click. You'll see the table data import wizard. That is what you use to import your data in.
Or maybe it's the way it's written. Let me recheck while you're still in class. I see whether it's coming. Okay. Just 1 minute. All right, thanks.
All right. Okay. Someone is saying, Uncle Akim, all this question in 2 weeks assignment. It's not 2 weeks, so it's 1 week by next week. And we are going to answer it together. 10, all of you should join with your laptop. I'm not going to do the correction. You'll be telling me how you solve it. I'll be calling you one by one. If you like, run away from class. All these things, most of these things, what you are going to be using is group by, having, where. There's nothing much of a big problem here. It's just a repetition of code and changing of columns. That's that. Now, write all your answers in a PDF. Write all your answers in PDF. All your answers should be in PDF. So you are going to, that is for question 1. This one, you export the data. Don't worry, just export it and keep it on your laptop. So don't submit that. So what I'm going to submit is the SQL code and the PDF. So like number 1 now, whatever answer you get here, copy the title of the number 1, paste it on Microsoft Word. Whatever answer you get, copy it, paste it there, right? Just copy, paste. Do you understand? So the same thing with number 2, number 3, number 4. Before you know, you are done. So all assignments are to be submitted on Thursday before the class, before our class on Friday. So we are done for today. Do we have any question? Is there any question? Do we have any question? Do we have any question? Do we have any question again? So we have 2 things to cover, 3 things rather. We have join, we have nested query, and we have CTE. Those are the 3 things we are going to do on Friday. Then on Saturday, we'll do revision. On Saturday, we'll do the revision. Then you'll get your final project on Saturday in preparation for your exams. Is there any question? Any question? All right. Emeka's iPhone. Please unmute.
Okay, after Saturday, the next thing we are entering is Tableau, Abi.
We are not doing Tableau. If you know Power BI, you don't need Tableau. You don't need to know Tableau. They are business intelligence too.
I thought that you said we had to do Tableau.
No, I did not see that.
So literally now next week we're rounding off everything on data science, data analytics.
By the special grace of God.
Oh.
Eh.
It was I wanted to know how it looks like.
Tableau. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a Tableau problem is kind of too much here in Nigeria, so that's why. But most organizations now even prepare Power BI. Next class is Python. That is for those people that want to go into data science now. The people that are in data science, they are done already. It's just how they want to do. It's just 1 week I have with them. By next week, they will also Emeka's iPhone, you are writing 2 exams, so you know. Your data science exam too, you are writing it after next week. Okay. Well done. We are done with machine learning again.
Oh, yeah, for those of you that want to join, data science will start. You can join. I think they've been dropping it in your group. I can't even remember. You can join, right? Maybe next week I'm going to give you a bonus if you want to join. Right, I'm going to give you a bonus if you want to join. But for now, you can join the data science. I think I'll start the next batch by after my birthday. My birthday is next month. So after that, I'll start the new batch of data science. And I'm still thinking of giving out courses on advanced machine learning and stuff. But I don't know yet. I want to reduce my training. All right, I think that is that for tonight. Exam or project, both. You are getting exam, you are getting your project, and you are writing exam, both. All right, that's that for tonight. And if you miss the exam, there's no mistake. Please try as much as possible to attend. So that's that for tonight's class. I'll drop this notebook in your group so that you can see the assignment. Right. Thank you all very much and enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful night rest. We spent extra 20 minutes. Thank you very much and good night.